Dire team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Dragon Drop, and this is once again the WePlay League Season 3. We're still in the qualifiers, obviously, here in the European Division. A double round robin here, all best of ones, all the way for next. I think we almost got the first week up, so for the next 4 weeks, and then including maybe some games after that, depending on reschedules and whatnot. But yeah, this time around, Wombat Gaming versus No Logic Gaming, quick, dirty, best of one, and I'm not alone for that. I'm joined by Annie. How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good. I'm super excited for this game. I've seen No Logic Gaming play pretty recently. They are a very strong team, and I'm really excited to see what they draft for themselves this time.
That's true as well. I mean, if you look at the players, you've got Milan, you've got Excalibur. Milan, of course, from London Conspiracy fame, the old London Conspiracy. Excalibur, well, we all know him from his time of Fnatic here before that he moved to SEA, I believe. He was standing in quite a while. So they know the stuff here. The Kun as well, Zeroji, Mitch, all of those very known players here in the scene. If you look at Wombat Gaming though, well, if you're a fan of German Dota, you will recognize Winu, you will recognize Arya, Fuhu perhaps as well, sending it for them today. So, but they definitely do not hold the favorite status here in my eyes. But hey, we'll see what they can do. Of course, being the only true German caster next to Durka, of course. Do kind of have to root for them a little.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're not your favorites, man. They're representing your home country. Well, I haven't actually seen Wombat play.
I'll be the first one to say that German Dota is okay, but there's very few players that actually make it to top leagues. Of course, we all know we can kind of count them on one hand. We've got Kuro, we've got Qualifier, Black, and then you already have to start asking questions. Okay, and then you have to dig deeper into these little bit lower tier teams. But hey, still, Wombat Gaming, they're my boys. I actually still have Iron preference somehow, so hey, go.
Well, yeah, so far, we've got a first pick Venge and first pick Tusk, and we have a Chen on the field, so definitely sticking with the meta here. Do you think this is going to be more of a support Venge or a core Venge? Because we have seen the Venge picked up by Milan as more of a roaming support type, not really a core hero, but Venge, definitely one of those heroes now that's played in almost every position.
Yeah. In general, I want to say that teams pick the Vengeful Spirit up as a support earlier than they would pick her as a core. But it's still versatile enough that you can keep your options open. If you see the opening for her to work as a core, and if you can get away with a bit of a greedier mid, a bit of a greedier offlaner that can pick up the slack in terms of just general carry potential that's then being amplified by the Vengeful Spirit, so that she isn't relied upon to be the primary damage dealer per se, then you can make drafts like that work. In general, though, it's much safer to have her in that roaming support role to just create space on the map, and especially if you have someone like a Beastmaster that's an offlaner then that provides a similar kind of skill set. You get that big lockdown from the Raw, obviously, the vision from the Hawk, absolutely invaluable too. A little bit of push there as well with the Inner Beast aura later down the line. Can also help you with Roche, so that's something that the Vengeful Spirit and the Beastmaster can help the team picking up later. So I do expect a support Venge at this point. Of course, things are still a little bit open in that draft.
Yeah, absolutely. No one's really locked into anything yet. I love the Chen pickup here. I think it's going to be fantastic for pushing Wombat. Looks like they might be going for more of an early game strat. They have the Tusk as a really strong initiator. Chen obviously picks up a couple pushy creeps, maybe a Dark Troll Summoner, and he can just whack on tier 2 towers at minute 10 if he's uncontested. So we have to see how No Logic are going to deal with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're thinking about Tusk, if you think about Chen, you think early push, and well, there's a Tusk next to it. Normal in, Chen maybe has a Centaur or a Troll Creep, as you said. And then what do you actually do against that? There's no way out. Even if you do not get stunned by a miracle, you still get caught with the Ice Wall. Just so that these creeps and the Tusk himself obviously can whack away at you. It's actually very, very dangerous, even for a Beastmaster who does have the ball to help him try and keep people away from him. But obviously, if you have a couple of creeps in the mix that also need to have their slow apply to them, that makes it a little bit more tricky for him to survive in the offlane. Even the Vengeful Spirit here, support or core, is going to be very, very, very vulnerable to that kind of stuff, especially in the early game, in the early laning phase, with that hero. Well, if Venge is called out, there's not a whole lot that she can do. I mean, what do you do? Throw the stun? Sure, then what? It's 1 second, a little bit more, but it's not going to save you from a gank attempt.
Yeah, I mean, she's the queen of positioning in terms of just being able to swap herself to where she needs to be, stunning to try to run, but again, like you said, after that stun, she's just kind of food. She doesn't have a whole lot of survivability outside of just being able to move herself a little bit more around the map, so... Alright, Lone Druid picked up for Wombat Gaming, definitely one of the big guys of this patch, typically run in the offlane, although we've seen some variation in that. What do you think of this pick? Do you think it's greedy to go for both a Chen and a Lone Druid?
I don't think it's great at all, because if you really think about it, the Chen pushes very early, gives Lone Druids some gold and some space to farm up, maybe go for the Radiant's build on a bear or something like that, maybe something more aggressive even, just so you can ride that momentum that the Chen gives you with the bear that then at level 4 bear, so you have like level 7 on the Lone Druid, you have the level 4 bear, and at that point you have pushing monster that takes over for the Chen, when the Chen's creeps are a little bit less of a problem for NLG Gaming to deal with later down the line. So it's I think a really, really good transition from the Chen push to the Lone Druid push, and if you manage to hit the timing well, if you manage to have a good early game, which the Tusk should be able to get them actually, then I do see these kind of areas of strength even overlap, and well, let's just say that could lead to a very, very short game in favor of Wombat Gaming, but only if they manage to get the push going, manage to keep the wave going, and if No Logic Gaming cannot do anything against this. They pick up the Winter Wyvern now, not exactly the first hero you think about if you think about, alright, we need wave clear, we need defense, but I guess the heal is nice, I suppose, but it just keeps you in place for Lone Druid to whack away at you a little bit longer, maybe get an extra root that he wouldn't have gotten otherwise. I think it's mostly just the Winter's Curse, honestly. Just have the bear, have all these extra units there from the channel as well still there, for that extra damage that you now need from the enemy team to get some work done. And of course the Splinter Blast, always nice to have. If you're up against a lot of units, it's a decent enough nuke to try and help in that counter push.
I think Winter Wyvern being picked up definitely as a strong positioner here to combo with the Vengeful Spirit. I think we're most likely going to see Milan playing that Winter Wyvern, who's notorious for just being all around the map, keeping his teammates safe, trying to play the ultimate healer, and Winter Wyvern's a great hero to do that on, but like you said, that does open up the possibility for another root from the bear, or another stomp from a Chen Centaur, so... A very curious pick, not a pick we see very, very often in this meta, but I think she can prove a good babysitter if they get off strong lanes.
5 seconds.
If it is going to be the core Venge, then oh god, the Luna. This is just
okay.
turning into cheese strat right now. I mean, Tusk, alright, it's the only hero that can push right now, but Luna? Well, what do you think the kind of build that Luna goes for? Like the classic kind of phase, maybe drums into then later Manta style, Butterfly, these kind of things, kind of carry Luna, or do you just go Aghanim Scepter and say fuck it?
I have seen a very, very similar draft to this. I believe it was Tusk, Chen, Luna, Bane, and Darkseer, and it was an unbelievable 5-man death ball. Game was over at like 16 minutes. They just grouped up, shoved out every lane, got all the tier 2 towers, I want to say sub 15 minutes, and it was disastrous. So this could be an all-out death ball strat from Wombat. I think they could get it offline, but if it doesn't work out, if No Logic are able to survive that first 15 minutes of the game, then this looks like it could go very heavily in favor of No Logic. They've got really nice late game carry with the Weaver, Winter Wyvern. She's going to scale alright and keep the team fates up, and Beastmaster, as long as he doesn't die in his offlane, he'll be fine late game.
That is true. It's not like Luna is not exactly the best hero late game nowadays. I mean, she used to be that one hero next to the Gyrocopter that are kind of similar, right? You have a big bash ultimate, you have a nice little nuke early on, you have that sort of spread damage, right? Those are spread damage carries. Gyrocopter, of course, with the flag cannon being a little bit more effective as you aren't limited by range as much or even number of targets. But of course, with the glaives though, still quite effective when it just comes to pushing down towers without a cooldown that you would have on the Black Cannon. So can work in that regard. Now Queen of Pain kind of, well, I was gonna bring up the possibility of perhaps a level 1 Roche with the Chen, the Lone Dude, and the Luna. Queen of Pain and Tusk though not really providing too much in that sense. Would be very surprised if they went for that kind of a strat. But Pain, solid mid hero that would put the Lone Dude as expected in the offlane. Perhaps a little bit of help from Chen Tusk every once in a while. Luna as safe lane carry, and around the mid game they will start riding the momentum from the Chen push. So No Logic Gaming still looking for mid of their own by the looks of it. Who do you pick up here to counter that?
I was not gonna say Shadow Fiend, that's for certain, but that is gonna be Excalibur Shadow Fiend. Are you excited?
Yeah. I am
oh my god,
so
one
excited.
of his all-time best heroes. I've seen him demolish almost everyone in the mid lane, so Fahu on the Queen of Pain gonna be a little bit nervous walking towards that mid. I was gonna say that Wombat, they don't really have a babysitter. I mean, they've got a Chen, and I guess they have a roaming Tusk, but no one to really sit in lane and make sure the Luna gets farmed, make sure she doesn't harass back. So No Logic, if they can get off a couple early kills on Luna, that's gonna put her farm so far back that it'll be really hard for her to recover until the late game.
At the same time, if Wombat Gaming can make that happen on the Shadow Fiend, is going to be the big staple in the mid game that No Logic Gaming needs. I mean, for me, looking at this lineup, Excalibur is the bolt that holds everything together for NLG in the mid game. If he gets ganked up by the Tusk and a Chen too often and can't catch up, and he can't catch up as easily as he once was able to anymore, just because of the mana nerf and the raises, as well as the nerf to some of the kind of indirect nerf of some of the creeps getting magic resistance aura in the jungle. So, I mean, what you said about Luna, that fits to the Shadow Fiend as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot of babysitters. I'd say Winter Wyvern's definitely, I mean, she can go and she can keep you alive for a little bit, but Milan, I've seen his playstyle. He likes to be all over the map, helping every different lane at once, so if mid gets neglected for just a little bit too long, I don't know if this is going to be as easy for Excalibur as it should be. Alright, we've got some fancy little cues coming out here in chat. I don't know what character that is, but...
It's not just a Q with an underscore, isn't it?
No, it's a long cue.
Long Q. It is a Q with an underscore in it. You type it
Oh,
yourself.
okay.
We don't send it to anything, but... Yeah. Didn't
just
realize that
sent
the Q in Dota was with that long a tail, even without the underscore. Wow, the more you know. Alright.
Alright, just based on draft.
Alright, I'm way too excited about this, but yeah.
Just based on draft, who do you think is going to take this game if it doesn't go past 40 minutes?
Doesn't go past 40 minutes. If it doesn't go past 40 minutes, I would say it doesn't go past 30, and then it's Wombat's game.
So you think they have just ultimate early game, get in there, get towers, and get it done kind of game?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. With the Chen, it's kind of the way that you want to play it. You also have a Lone Druid that can help out, kind of starting into mid game, 10-15 minutes in. So if they play their cards right like that, they can definitely make that work. Kind of leveraging the Luna mid game strength as well with that big ultimate. So I think that's the way that they want to play it, and if they can pull it off, then NLG will end up falling down. At the same time, though, no. I think it goes late. Even then, wouldn't really count Wombat Gaming out too much. They do have some sustain from the Chen. He can make some contribution with the ancient creeps later down the line as well. You have a Tusk who can provide control. Queen of Pain can also stay relevant quite long. And if Luna gets farm, then, well, of course, she's still a late game carry hero. Maybe not the best, but she has still impact. And then, of course, you have the Lone Druid, who is essentially two heroes at that point if he manages to get the farm that he needs. And that's really what comes down to the early game, that is. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out as we into this best of one in the WePlay Season 3 qualifiers. My name is Dragondrop. I bring you this game alongside Annie. Should I say N? Probably not. She'll hit me, so that's not something
I'm not that aggressive.
Yeah, you say that now. I've heard stories, Annie.
Yeah. You know I'm vicious. Well, here in the bottom lane, the bear might be the first casualty as Weaver gonna be scaling the swarm to get some bugs on that little panda, heading into the Roche pit, maybe trying to get a bear deny. That would be a fancy play going on. And looks like... Was that to the
I think-
Roshan or?
Mitch got it. Mitch got it. He's got a lot of gold now, so it's actually a big deal right now. It means he doesn't have a bear. Well, I guess he has it for another 10 seconds as he summoned it right away. But still, feeding 300 gold away like that so early is almost like first blood. So we don't want to have that happen. But well, not technically first blood, but figuratively already spilled here on the side of Wombat Gaming. Still, take a look at the complete lineup. We've got Winnow here on that lone druid in the bottom lane. Mid lane, we've got Fohu on that Queen of Pain. In the jungle right now, obviously Rain. He's got himself a Centaur, so nice thing to have. Y50 in top lane, supporting on the Tusk, and that leaves Arya playing the Luna.
Well, here in this bottom lane on the Radiant side, we've got Zeroji on the Vengeful Spirit. It's going to be Mitch playing that Carry Weaver in the mid lane. We have, of course, Excalibur on his famous Shadow Fiend. Here, very, very deep, smoked up, we have Milan on the Winter Wyvern. And up here in the top, we've got the Beastmaster being played by the Coon.
Yeah, Milan was actually waiting for the courier, but gaming very smartly. Kind of pathing the courier through their own jungle like this, so the South could actually reach Fohu here, as he did almost get that first. Oh god.
Down bottom.
T-Tours.
It's the Weaver, and just such a strong hero. It does have that Sakuchi that was used to secure that kill, and it's actually Lone Druid going down. His bear, I believe, went down as well before he was dead, so super unfortunate. That's a lot of gold going the way of the Weaver, and yeah, that's a completed Basilius, and probably some shoes coming up next.
That is not a good thing to have happen. I mean, I didn't quite expect that kill to happen in the first place, because, well, it's a lone druid, right? He's gonna have the bear before him, but of course if that dies, all that's left is a squishy kind of range creep at this point. So, the first blood going the way of NLG, so... Yeah, as you said, Mitch, he's off to a really, really good start, and we haven't really talked about the Weaver too much in the draft. But that guy can also get out of control. He's very hard to lock down, and if he has the damage to go with it, it's actually very, very hard to deal with him in the first place.
Yeah,
we
don't
have a lot of control up against him, if you really think about it.
There's very little lockdown. I mean, they have the Lucent Beam from the Luna, they've got Shen's Centaur stun, and a lucky root proc from the bear, but that's pretty much it. They don't have any just point-click, get him down stuns.
I hope that is reliable or long enough. So if they can burst him down when he's maybe not careful enough, he can have the freedom in a fight, and if he then, as I said, if he then has the damage to go with it, be the menace that he can be, then that is a problem. So they have to watch out for that.
Yeah, again in this bottom lane, the bear just getting harassed to hell. Lone Druid having a pretty miserable time here as Mitch doing fantastic in terms of last hits and having so much gold, over 1,200 gold in his bank at this point. He might just straight buy out boots of travels or whatever the heck he needs. He's so... but probably going to go more of a typical build, either the Desolator or the Lincoln Sphere, whatever he wants, but he's going to have it up pretty early, is the point.
Lincoln Sphere in this game, probably not to play. I mean, you real block. If you Lucent Beam, you block the Shadow Strike, perhaps. Maybe some troll from some net from a Chen troll, a Walrus Punch, yeah, I guess.
That could do some damage.
Doesn't actually block, does it? It's a right-click modifier.
Oh, we've got a Venge Stun here on Lone Druid. This could be really, really bad. He could be going down again. He has a little buggy, and it will be Weaver that secures the second kill onto the Lone Druid. That bear man is having the worst time here. Weaver completed
Snowball here, Blink across from Fohu. Do they have the damage? Looks like they do. Couple of raids come out. Actually just one, but now turn from Leon a little bit too late. But while that was happening, UG finally put themselves on the board as well with the gank on the Sheriff Fiend. Exactly what they need to do. Question is it too late? Is Lone Druid already too far behind?
I think killing Excalibur is the best trade they could have gotten there for the Lone Druid. That's going to put him back in terms of farm, keep him from turning into that monster that we know him to be, and we'll see what happens there. It looks like Chen's going to be going pretty deep into the Radiant jungle, taking his buddies with him, and it's scouted out by Zeroji, but I don't think he can fight yet.
Bane also scouted out the stack, so he would definitely like to have one of these Wild Wings right now. Not in this. No, there's one on this hot camp who wants to mention.
Oh, top lane, the Coon in some trouble. There's going to be a snowball here onto the Beastmaster. I don't know if he can get away. Lucent Beam coming in. A couple more right clicks will do it, but he's passing through the trees the best that he can. Luna going to find him. Oh no, that was an Iron Branch tree put up just to save himself.
Yeah, it was a nice idea, but ultimately it didn't quite work because the Y50 was still able to give him the vision. that he needed to get the last right click in. So, well, the Weaver's doing well. Also now with the kill on the board, still a little bit behind in terms of last hits and quite a bit more just CS because of that the bear kill advantage, I guess, that they had.
Mid
Fu
lane.
actually dropping quite low, blink out. Had it available. If he didn't, he would have been straight up and dead, but hey.
Absolutely. In terms of net worth, it looks like Queen of Pain's actually a little bit above Excalibur, and I think that's just from his death mid lane, but in terms of farm, they are almost comparable at this point. Uh-oh, looks like Lone Druid once again having a little struggle there. Pops out the bear, Savage Roar off the mark, and it's going to be a killing spree for the Weaver, taking Lone Druid down a third time. Uh-oh, how do you come back from that if you're Wombat?
It's a good question. I think go to the jungle, try and farm out there a little bit, because it can't go on like this, obviously, right? That's the third kill for the Weaver, as I said, they're on a Qualifier already. And I can now see how this is happening, right? I mean, we know just being backstabbed really, he can't really run. There's a bug on him that's nibbling away, taking away his armor, then you have the Wave of Terror also from the Vengeful Spirit. That means what little right clicks Weaver has, plus the Shinkuchi obviously as well, it do so much damage on this Lone Druid. You see what he's doing now, he's trying to soak experience until his bear comes up, and then I wouldn't be too surprised to see him rotate into the jungle. Problem is that it's being farmed up in Chen right now, so it's not a whole lot to be gained there as well.
Looks like there might be another rotation in from the Radiant as we see Zeroji walking in on the map, maybe trying to go up past the tier 1. I think that's going to be the play. Has the magic missile, only level 1 with a Wave of Terror. Are they going to be able to catch up the Lone Druid again? There's the bear, and no, Savage Roar driving her away. Well, it was a nice attempt, but I don't think they got this.
Well, they're trying to take advantage of the fact that the bear was still down for a little bit, but it cooled off just in time. Sure that they can't really make that dive without having to deal with that. And of course, TP reactions potentially.
I think Savage Roar is too strong.
It is very strong, absolutely. Maybe
Do you think it needs a nerf, or is it just exactly what Lone Druid needs to be playable?
I'm not really a Lone Druid player, so I can't really speak to that. I just know that in the games that I've seen it being used, it's extremely useful, makes it so hard to actually kill him. Almost like it needs a slight nerf. Maybe not the Savage Roar, but something else across all Lone Druid, as Ice Rock often does it.
Up top here, we could see an initiation as it looks like Chen's postured to go in on the Coon. This could be a big kill for him as he's only level 5 and doesn't have that roar.
And there's a double ward now for another couple of seconds now, but he's playing better defensive, he knows what's up. Oh,
this is deep.
There it is, Snowball deep in. The ice shot's already used, but there's also Milan here in the back at ultimate from the Luna. Level 1 already out, and now there's the heal as well from the Chen. Milan keeping himself alive with the heals. Now reactions come in. Mitch take quite a bit of damage, but Excalibur's there with the razors. Range should end up falling here. So the Weaver's coming. Yeah, Mitch also joined the party. Try and get a piece of that pie, but well, looks like, oh, hello, Fu! Where did you come from? That's a double kill for him with a wave inside the trees, with the creeps doing their work, keeping them in there. So very nice play from Chen from the grave. Even now, Mitch dropping super low. Fu, though, out of mana, really to do anything about it. Does have another blink in seconds. Will not be enough, though. Be cooling off of time to actually get him out. The creeps are still there. The Centaur desperately trying to battle up against Doug. Not quite strong enough, so Fu. Was it actually worth it, him coming in like that? I mean, he got a double kill, got another kill on the Shadow Fiend, died in return.
I think that was just a really disorganized team fight. It seemed like everyone was like, yeah, I'm coming in, I'll help you out, and then everyone just kind of backed out in different directions. It was peculiar, but I do think Queen of Pain got worth her while on that. She finished up her heads with the farm she got from the kills and has another almost 1,000 gold in the bank, so it's putting her closer and closer towards her farm, but again, you are letting Excalibur have free farm in this mid lane for the next little bit.
At the same time, it also gives Winnu a little bit of extra space down in bottom to try and catch up, and now, as you say, that Mitch is coming in, does have the bucks, but now TP out, no way to cancel it.
This Lone Druid is so scared.
Has to be. He's stuck around there. Roji would have been there with a stun, with some armor, then all they would have taken, even with the ultimate form now, making him a bit more tricky, all it would have taken would be just another couple extra right clicks on Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's not going Wombat Gaming's way at all, and it seems like towards the mid game, Excalibur's just going to keep getting stronger. Weaver's going to get enormous because he's pretty much unchecked in this lane. He's 3-0-2. He's going towards that Lincoln Sphere, has the Perseverance already ready, and so much farm on one little bug, and I don't know how they're going to catch him out. Like you mentioned before, no reliable stuns really.
Still don't know why he's going for the Lincoln Sphere, honestly. What does it really block? It doesn't block the punch, that's a right-click modifier. It's not even online yet, but that's another story entirely. It does block the Lucent Beam, maybe he's just worried about the burst damage from that. I definitely understand that. I don't know. The root either from the bear.
Yeah, this is
Curious.
It's going to be difficult. And actually, looking at the gold and net worth graphs, it's not that stratified. I thought it'd be very heavily in favor of NLG, and in fact, in terms of XP, it's actually in favor of Wombat, and I think that's just because they have the Chen walking neighbor. Hold that thought of Winter Wyvern getting destroyed by Queen of Pain.
And I had the camera there by accident, and I'm glad it did, because that was a really quick kill.
That's an arcane rune on the Queen of Pain.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. That's gonna be
really good. 90-second cooldown Sonic Wave. Why not use it, right? Yeah, now push down in the middle with a couple of the chance creeps. The rest is no, it's just normal creeps up top, and no one really pushing that one. So would have said, all right, maybe we start to see the pressure. But yeah, a little bit careful here. Oh god, that's Winter's Curse here. Milan wants revenge. A lot of damage on the foe, but there's a heal from the rain, but the stun from Zeroji keeps him placed long enough for Excalibur to get in there with a couple of raises to clean up some of these giant creeps as well. Rocks come out, but obviously not enough to keep them away for long. So nice little attempt there from Rain to try and keep his buddy alive. But the stun from Zeroji, I mean, still level 1 magic missile, 1.45 seconds, it's not long stun duration. Did like an eternity for him though.
Up top, we've got an Eclipse going down. Arya could be in some trouble here. It looks like the Coon wanting to at least get out alive, and looks like it will. Wow, that offlaner is sure lucky, but there we go. Ice Shard's not going to connect. Tusk trying to scuttle away with his life, but it looks like Weaver going to get another kill, shoots out the swarm, and takes down that polar bear. So now Mitch just in an even better position, 4-0-3 at 12 minutes in the game. He's got 1,800 gold ready to go. That's almost a full Lincoln Sphere. That... I mean, do you have to deal with the Weaver, or is that something you just can't even focus on if you're Wombat?
Yeah, you can't ignore him. At the same time, you don't have the lineup to really deal with him all that well. I mean, we see it already with kind of stuff that he's had. He's been constantly rotating in whenever the Chen went for these kind of pushes. But now bottom lane, ultimate will be let go from Excalibur, will catch a winner at the end. At least slow him down a little bit. There's still Savage Roar available. No, actually, it still is on the bear. Never mind. Now, but it's not actually enough. They keep going. The Coon does not have a roar, but they do cut down the trees, and it's just being right-clicked down. No way for him to go. Foe comes in, tries to pull another trick. Will get the Coon, but Excalibur needs hits for so much. Foe dropping low. Milan keeps the vision on him. That's one more right click going down, but now perhaps another turnaround. Snowball comes in onto Excalibur. They'll finish him off for sure. Zeroji comes in and backs. Think better of it. Throws out a wave of terror to try and help Milan out a little bit, but it's just too much around him. So 3-for-2 trade in the end. Kind of a back and forth, 3-2-2, 6-for-4, whatever you want to call it in this particular fight. Now, this is exactly the kind of situation that Wombat Gaming were looking for the entire time. Get a little bit gifted to them with Excalibur sticking around, but now they have a sizable creep wave here. They have Eye here with 2 points up in Glaives, plus the 3 points up into Lunar Blessing to buff them up, and actually their first tier 1 in the game. Still not exactly a good quota if you're thinking about a Chen, 30 minutes, almost 40 minutes in, but it is a sign of life there from Wombat Gaming.
Yeah, and we've got Mitch just free farming in the mid lane, so sign of life from Wombat Gaming down bottom, but how much longer can you leave this Weaver unchecked? Just getting huge, does now have that ultimate orb, so 100% going into Lincoln's almost there, and that's going to make him even harder to get a hold of.
Yep.
And we've got Shen doing his Chen thing in the jungle, getting some Centaurs, getting some Dark Troll Summoners, but I mean, you can get pushing creeps as much as you want, but if your pushers keep dying in the first team fights, then it's not a whole lot of backbone there.
Definitely need some time to stabilize here. They need to try and finish up the remaining tier 1s. They have to try and dodge the Weaver as best they can for now. Try and play safe now. Mitch isn't playing safe at all, playing very aggro in fact, but no detection on the ready for him. And now, Ice Shots will miss too. This tower already low from the push earlier, so they're looking to finish it off now. At the same time, if you look at the top lane, Excalibur, he's doing some pushing of his own. And he's already reached tier 2 now with the Razors, taking care of the creep waves. He's being joined by the Coon as well, a little bit of X-Push, 2 points up at the inner beast. Now,
mid lane.
Oh, mid lane, Aya, God with the Winter's Curse here, dropping relatively low, not low enough, maybe with another stun, but the gentleman keep alive, lets the little blessing go. Not quite enough to keep him safe. The swap back, same time onto window, just tries to TP out, but the damage is too much. Nice rotations there, very tiny rotations, very good Winter's Curse there. Now they're not even done yet. Y50 and Rain, both of them caught by Mitch. And that's yet another 2 kills, mega kill streak now for the Weaver. Oh no, you can't go back in this time with a double damage or not. Still sitting around though, they know he's there. As Roji sees him, blink out is there before the magic missile can come out.
And now this is just another free tower in favor of the Radiant. I mean, Queen of Pain, she's double damaged and she's ready to go, but you can't jump in against 5 healthy heroes, and NLG looks like they're starting to run away with it in terms of XP and gold. There's a sharp spike in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
And it's mostly just these last couple of fights. I mean, Wombat Gaming kind of got one with freebie down on the bottom lane, but then top tower going down earlier. Excalibur pushing that lane and good turnaround in the middle lane, kind of equalizing the tower advantage, or the tower trade in the middle lane at the very least, and giving a lot of extra gold to that Shadow Fiend, who's now in a position where he can't really be if you're Wombat Gaming. That's exactly the kind of position where Shadow Fiend feels very
Mitch
confident
just going in for a solo kill against the Tusk. Gonna decide just to back off, doesn't want to go in too deeply, but takes him down to half health with just a couple squirt in a swarm, so that is a dangerous bug.
Yes, indeed. Has the Lincoln's complete now, can start looking into damage at him. Manta Style ready on the Shadow Fiend now, it's on the Courier, so what did you think about this item pickup in this game? Is it just against the Eclipse?
Against the Eclipse, and does it take away the root? I think it does.
Yeah, it does.
And I think that's going to be really powerful. Keeps him from getting locked down in these fights and makes him even more slippery. And like we said, a weakness of Wombat's draft is they don't have reliable stun. They don't have a reliable way to hold people in the position they want. They can't take the team fights they want because Radiant are just too mobile. And that's a key component of it, just having the Manta disjoint what little lockdown they have.
Mitch also, they have very little lockdown, very little detection as well, so Mitch can feel extremely safe now. Maybe try and drop some of these creeps if he wants to. They're a little bit more tanky than your run-of-the-mill Ogre Frost mages that you find jungle, so he won't be able to do that quite yet. But at the same time, Wombat Gaming, they're on the back foot right now. They have to play super defensively, and they just haven't gotten enough from the Chen and the creeps. So whenever they try to go aggro with him, they just got turned around on. Excalibur and Mitch got a whole lot of money. Now they get some more as they do finish up the Roche here with the Kun, helping with the Necro Creeps. So he's got a level 2 now. The Roji obviously as well. That minus armor and the plus damage brings to the table.
Yeah, it looks like Radiant, they're ready to take a 5-on-5 fight. Winter Wyvern gonna go in.
Nice, no, the Winter's Curse available if he wants to keep Rain in there for a little bit longer, but it looks like they can just right-click him down. Old-fashioned way, not just him, but also his creeps. So, yeah, kind of sitting around the sidelines, trying to maybe find an opening. Just no can do. The rest of Mitch's teammates just take care of the tower at the same time. And did they actually push high ground right now? They're just say, alright, let's take care of the other tier 2s first.
Well, Radiant, they have vision of the Lone Druid in the top lane. I don't think they have vision of the Luna, but it looks like they're going to try. They're going to start pressuring the tier 3. Weaver going in, no cares in the world. He's 6-0-5. No one can do anything against him, really. Queen of Pain, she can use that ultimate, but Mitch is going to live through it. He can time lapse out if he needs to. There's going to be a cold embrace just on the creep to keep it up in fighting condition, and now more and more damage dished out onto the tier 3s. There is an Eclipse ready to go. Looks like a Lucent being cast just to try to tease out maybe some ultimates, but so far, all of Radiant very healthy, still ready to go, and it looks like the initiation could be coming out any time now.
Eclipse is not the ideal spell in these circumstances though. I mean, you have the creep wave pushing in, don't have the tower to try and whittle away at it anymore. Don't really have the best wave clear either, unless you can't save some Luna. But then, just look at the summons from NLG. They have the Kun with the boar and the 2 Necro Creeps, then you have the Manta Style. Also a lot of units that can soak up some of these beams, so but ultimately at this stage, unless you manage to isolate them somewhere in the jungle, somewhere else where there's no creeps, but little summons available, it's not going to be a tool that you can reliably use to try and win a team fight, and it's starting to be a big problem for WG. They have just no reliable way of making sure they do win a team fight outside the Tusk and Queen of Pain, perhaps. Tusk initiating, controlling a little bit with the punch, and Queen of Pain joining in with the burst damage.
Looks like Chen, he's trying to go hunting here. Does have the Tusk invised up as well, but they're not going to go deep enough into their own jungle to find out Mitch. And heck, even if they found Mitch, I don't think they can catch him here in the mid lane. Looks like Milan could be in some trouble there. He's going to take a snowball to the face. Has the Glimmer Cape. Is there any detection? There is. Sentry Ward pops right down and out. Looks like Queen of Pain securing another kill, trying to go deeper, trying to find more Radiant heroes. And I think Zeroji learned his lesson, cowering back under tower, waiting for some support.
Same time, Winu pushing out the bottom lane, so that 2-2 is not under threat. Top lane though, Goon and Mitch both up here to try and make a trade happen. If WG can even put pressure on this tier 2 in the first place. Got Excalibur here with an Invis Rune even, so that might be a big ultimate if WG come a little bit too close. And now he wants to go for it. Gambit on that, not being another Sentry. Aya, the Grand Topic moves out just in time. The damage is still done. TP's come out, stun onto Aya. Chen Heal comes out to try and help in the send back, making sure that he survives. So he'll give his own life for it with the swap back. Nice little center stomp though. Is it enough to keep him safe? Now the Buck's little nibbling away at him. So that
Weaver got the kill with the bug.
Weaver got it as well. So yeah, now once again, NLG,
Weaver?
they may not get the primary kill that they wanted in the Luna, but they do get the Chen, they did all the creeps once again, and they have a lot of momentum going into this middle lane. They want to finish out these racks. And yeah, top lane at the same time, that also went down. So hey, a lot of wins being happening right now on the side of NLG. It also shows in the graph, 7.5k in gold, more than 5k in experience.
Weaver picks up a full Desolator. It's heading out on the courier right now. There's going to be a Queen of Pain Sonic Wave, but Weaver just time-lapses back. It doesn't even tickle. My goodness, now it looks like Fohu going to get blown up, has to retreat, and one set of racks going down. Pretty much without any trades. Lincolns from the Weaver being popped doesn't even hurt. The Necro creeps are slamming down the rack. It does go, so all of mid lane cleaned up in favor of NLG before Wombat Gaming can even finish off all the tier 1s. This is looking harder and harder for them to come back from. I just don't think they have the comeback mechanics it's going to take.
So either, I mean, if they can kind of time out the Aegis, it should expire in a moment's time. And then catch out a Shadow Fiend, maybe they can get some momentum in, but SF, he has 3,800 gold, it's not spent it yet, so he does have a lot of buybacks available. I guess only one, but you know what, he has a lot of gold to play with. So even if they bring him down, it's not gonna grant him too much in terms of map control.
Queen of Pain? You heard that, right?
That's
okay.
an item scepter though, so it's
oh,
not a big
okay,
deal.
I didn't see the Ags picked up, but that's a really decent item for her. I just think, maybe not the best in terms of her right click, just because her ult doesn't tickle at this point. It doesn't hurt, and pretty much everyone on Radiant can stand up to it.
You need just to clear the creep waves at this point though.
Yeah.
Sure, the creeps are clear, so you don't have to deal with backdoor protection. Kind of the one thing that you really wanted now. Wanted for now, I should say. Yeah.
What's Weaver's next item? Has the Lincolns, has the Desolator, so hitting like an absolute truck. Do we go something more survivable, or are we going to see a Rapier?
I don't see a reason for him to feel the need to go survival. Just go more, go crit, go more damage. Like that.
More
Maybe
damage,
MKB,
like my favorite item in the game?
Yeah. A more damage item is that. Is it just the Rapier, or is it
no,
any
it's
item
Rapier.
that gives up a lot of damage?
It's Rapier. But no, I think an MKB would be a very smart choice here. Even that mini bash could absolutely spell the difference between life and death on anyone on Wombat Gaming, because stuns are just so useful in this matchup.
And also, I mean, you kind of preempt the impact from the Radiance from the Bear when he actually gets it out at some point. They do get moved on Mitch. Now a little bit of extra burst. He still has Thomas available though, but now swap back and Bo roar up. He was just get bursted down immediately. Fights back as well. That's the Queen of Pain going down. Aya now with the ultimate, letting it go, and they do get the Vengeful Spirit. That's not exactly a high value target. Now the Winter Curse and turnarounds on the Bear Holder. His own animal things up against him, and the races are just there for a clean him. Excalibur there with a triple kill. That should be that. Yeah, GG is scored. A little bit too
brutal.
much in one moment. Makes it a 44-minute win for NLG in his best of 1.
Weaver didn't die. He was 7, 0, and 10, which is absolutely not something you can play against if you're Wombat. So hopefully the lesson they learned from this is do not let Weaver farm unattended, because that's what happens. And Excalibur Shadow Fiend, always a force to be reckoned with. And in the end, no logic, they pull it off after only 24 minutes.
Well, unfortunately, that was our first and last broadcast for the day here from us too. So it definitely was a fun game. Thanks for joining me, Annie.